1 second, folks, as I make sure that I at least sound decent. Ah! That'll work. A whole second. Whoa. My brain my brain be I feel like there's a joke in there somewhere, but you know, it's fine. Unless you came in during like the very end of the BRB, I don't know. Anyways, hi Auntie, and hi chat. Hope all of you are doing well, and all the future viewers that would watch this in the future. Hope everyone is doing well on this lovely Thursday. I am doing okie dokie. I did editing and laundry today. It's great. You said wait a second. No. Well, sorry. Listen, like, my brain sometimes can't comprehend things I've said that people use into jokes sometimes. It's weird. But listen, that's the art of being very mundane when it comes to jokes. Well, I guess maybe less mundane and more, dry humor kind of thing. There is a ant on my, or like a bug on my desk that I will get rid of. Ants, I love you as much as the next guy. Kinda. But like, you don't belong on my decks. You can live elsewhere. Okay, there you go. You can hang out with the garbage. I'm sure you'll be fine. Maybe. Don't mind the tissue. Anyway. But yeah. In terms of like editing, like it's been kind of going a bit slowly. But hey. At least I'm doing it. Mr. Exister. Existerer? Something like that. Thank you for the follow. Gotta sort through what I assume is a coyote and dog noises. It's Hat in Time this time around. Like, because I've been wanting, like, I've said this before somewhere that I want to break up the Hat in Time highlights into multiple parts. Whether it's like the main game, the DLC, and then Death Wish. Existerer. Alright. Alright. But yeah, and so, like, I've held off on doing the main DLC levels, because I was working on Mario Kart ones, just to give me something else to do. So I'm now working on the main, like, 2 DLC levels for Hat in Time, making that highlight. So, yeah, I'll work on other projects one of these days. But, like, I just need to get into the mindset of editing a little bit, like, when I can, you know? Like, be more productive with that. But also, just to help me be productive today, I did laundry. Because, yeah, laundry is fun. I didn't, like, absolutely need to do it, but, like, the hamper was getting full, so, like, yay me. I now have clean, other clothes that are totally not this outfit. I'm like the one character in, like, a show or a movie or whatever that wears the exact same outfit. And so, when you open the closet, it's just, alright. What to wear today? Blue shirt, blue shirt, blue shirt. Oh, blue shirt! I haven't worn you in a while. Today, this clothes are back in rotation. Oh yeah, laundry. I know, like, I get to wear my Bowser shirts again. Well, now I'm breaking character. Anyway. Gosh. That might be related to what I'm thinking off the top of my head for art stream. Saturday, so maybe you'll have more variety. Hey, Neri. Hope you're well. But yeah. Anything else I want to talk about? Because I know we're gonna talk about a lot of things, because we have lots of corrections and lots of potential corrections. So get like some of the topical stuff out of the way if I can think of any. Yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black. Ooh, black and yellow. Let's shake you up a little. Yeah. That's from B-Movie, right? I still have not seen B-Movie. Nor have I seen most DreamWorks things, actually. So that's on me. I mean, I wasn't a DreamWorks kid much growing up. I was a Disney kid, so yeah. B-Movie is a fever dream. Oh, I know. It's a meme. You like jazz? Like, I've seen plenty of like memes from it and all that, but I just haven't seen it. But yeah, anything I wanna pick my brain on that's new, irrelevant? It starts as being about wanting more in life. Then it's a romance. Then it's a court drama. Then it's a disaster movie. 1 second. Yeah. I feel like Watch Dogs because I am hacking. So yeah. I wish I had like a... Do I have like a cough drop around here somewhere that I could borrow? I don't think I do. I'm gonna wing it. It's fine. But yeah. Force me to drink water as much as often, please. I think we're gonna need it. But yeah. All in all, I have 2 bags. I'd send some if I could. Well, I appreciate it. Oh, and then more drinking. Hooray. Alright. But yeah. Anything I want to bring up? I mean, consume the H2O. I will. I mean, let's see. The new Mission Impossible comes out tomorrow. I have an intent to maybe coax people to see it next week, but we will see. But then, other than that, new movie. Hooray. In terms of other new movie things, I saw like a review for the Lilo and Stitch live-action remake, because I'm not gonna care about seeing that film or any Disney live-action remake, really. And yeah, quite the movie, to say the least, from like the one review I watched. So that's fun. So yeah, watch Mission Impossible, maybe. Do that. But yeah, and then other than that, I want Disney to lose money. Other than that, though, stop making remakes of movies that were already good. Yeah, make a remake of a film that was already bad, and then just make it worse somehow. That's what you could do. That's a great idea. We could remake The Black Cauldron and make it even worse. Or something like that. I mean, you know they would. Like, they would somehow make a bad Disney film worse. Like, that's what would happen. I shake you. Stop predicting the future. Listen. You know, I will make this a prediction. You know, let's timestamp this. Let's timestamp this on May 22nd, 2025. They're gonna announce. I'm taking the Monado away. I can see the future. The Disney is gonna announce the Black Cauldron live-action remake, and then people are gonna have their expectations peaked a tad bit because, oh, maybe they could actually make this better. I mean, you can only do so much. Like, you only need to do like a little bit to make it better or something, and then Disney just makes it worse somehow. They take away like they would take away the little animal character that's like the comic relief. I haven't seen the film, for the record. This is just me. Like, they would take away the animal character and replace it with a generic human man. Make him the comic relief and make him not as, like, even less funny. That's what they could do. You take away the Ichi sword too, don't forget. Foresight is quite the same, but he there safe to sorry. So that's my prediction. Black Cauldron remake, live action remake, replace the animal with an actual guy, and Bob's your uncle. I heard you're a good boy, is that true? I don't know, jury's still up on that. That's not really a thing that we've really done much over here, compared to other, places. But yeah. But back to news, and going to something more exciting. Switch 2's in 2 weeks, folks. The Nintendo Switch 2 in the year 2025, coming out in 2 weeks from now. Hooray! 2 weeks at least until I could get my hands on it. I still don't know exactly. I should probably look up to see if like the shipping has changed on when mine's being delivered or whatever, but yeah. Nintendo Switch 2 and Fortnite. I mean, I had, like, for the record, I have my capture card up, and like, it'd be nice to play a better version of Fortnite than this, so that's fun. But yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. New Mario Kart on the way. I'm also planning on picking up Hitman when applicable. So yeah, lots of neat things. And that shall happen in the very near future. Just gotta iron out some things because the beginning of June is gonna be a little wacky in terms of scheduling and whatnot. But yeah. With all that being said, I feel like nothing as a mod is saying this is preemptively. This do be a Q&A, but no risque stuff. Oh yeah, definitely. Like I'll explain the Fortnite is 2 weeks, by the way. Oh, okay. I'm not good with time. that's fun. But yeah, thank you, Nancy, for bringing that up. I'll bring that up too. But yeah, I think we could go ahead and probably just get started on the Q&A. I think we could do that. So, bing bong, it's time for a Q&A. And so, I'm going to tell you all how we are doing this Q&A. You see, in my Discord server, I gave the Discord server dibs on first corrections to be asked. So, first of all, I'm going to make a pinned message saying, answering corrections from the Discord first. Will tackle corrections in chat when prompted. There you go. And we'll pin that message. There you go. I'll keep that up for me, that way I know I still have that pinned. And then pin that on YouTube. Alright. Anyway. There you go. Me's been AFKing on Fortnite because I haven't played much this season. Yeah, me neither. I have not played much of this season. All that much. Yeah, I probably should make sure I get the V-Bucks back. I have like a week to do that, so I'll probably pick up day, like, and just play some more. I don't know. Oh, I get AFK if I'm feeling lazy. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna start off with Discord corrections that have been submitted. And chat, and also those who already put in corrections. If you have extra corrections, hold off until I'm done with all the Discord ones, so, yeah. So we're gonna take a little peek. I kept, like, that page muted on my end, that way I didn't really peek into it all that much. I still end up peeking in a little much, but yeah, now it's fine. Anyway, we have several corrections, definitely a lot from, Auntie and Neri, but, you know, that's fine. I did prompt them, like, if you want to ask multiple corrections, feel free. So, yeah. And also, just in future reference, like Auntie said, please keep corrections safe for work. And nothing, like, trying to get, like, a political opinion out there, or whatever. So, like, all safe for work, all just general things. So, keep that in mind. Alright, so, and haven't helped me with my throat. Alright, so, Neri, Ample Dragon, starts off the Q&A with the first correction. Who is your favorite Xenoblade 1 party member? Can be separated between who you like most as a character and who you liked controlling the most. I think in terms of gameplay, like in a gameplay sense, I think my favorite character to play ended up being Dunban. Like, I really like when I got put together, like, his set of arts, like, I really liked what it ended up becoming. Like, he has just a pretty solid art set of, like, leading into, like, different, like, combo thingamabobs, like, leading into, like, breaks or topples or whatever. Like, you did one move, and then, like, you got, like, 3 different options depending on the day. So, that was just fun. And, like, also Blossom Dance is just a fun, like, special. I think it's probably, like, my favorite, like, mechanic. I mean, it's simple and effective. Like, you just push the B button. And you got to hear Dunban do fun quote. It's great. Like, the Dunban was just fun. Like, he was neat. If I have to give, like, maybe some honorable mentions to characters that I did like playing, I mean, Shulks was a really fun character to play as. Like, the pro tag being fun to play as? Wow, what a thought. And then I ended up liking Charla probably a little bit more than I thought I probably would. Like, her, like, I never really play as, like, a healer role in anything before. That's probably because I probably haven't played many games with a healer role before. So, yeah, Charla and by extension Kino, like, both of them were really unique to play and just different. And I didn't really mind that. Like, I thought they were pretty neat. Hello, I am an anti-furry, but I will be respectful as possible. May I ask some corrections? Well, for the record, like, I'm starting with corrections from the Discord, so you might be a while, but yeah. Anyway, but yeah, in terms of, like, now, back on track. I probably said it a bunch of times already, but Heat, Haze, plus Soaring Tempest against a group of enemies is so satisfying. Yeah, definitely. In terms of other things, other random things. Like, in terms of, like, actual, like, in terms of a favorite character, in terms of, like, being a character, I don't know. Like, I really like a lot of them. Like, I think in general, like, the cast was just really solid all around. Like, I think some of them were better than others in terms of, like, character development. But other than that, like, yeah. Like, I just think it's neat. Like, I like, they're all neat. Like, if I had to pick, like, maybe, like, just several, like, Shulk was definitely a favorite. Like, Shulk is just a lovely protag, you know? Shulk is just neat. Great. Fantastic. I love him. And then, like, especially, like, in Future Connected, Melia, like, ended up being a favorite. Like, Melia is just neat. Melia is just a lovely character. Like, playstyle-wise, like, she was alright. Like, I liked playing as her. Like, once I figured out how to play as her. You know, it took me a little bit. But, like, Melia, like, she great. Like, Melia's just a really neat character. And, like, I mean, was definitely involved in, like, a lot of, like, the things going on in the plot. So, yeah, I definitely think that Melia is a favorite. I mean, I guess that's why I have her picture right up there, I guess, because like, especially in Future Connected, she was a standout, that's for sure. A JRPG protag that's not a wet blanket, love to see it. I know, right? It's great. But yeah, overall, I did like all the characters, like, definitely. And if I had to pick, like, maybe, like, I had to, like, who would be, like, my favorite non-playable character in that regard? Who would be a non-playable character that I like? Honestly, thinking about it, Alvis. Like, I'm looking at through all the characters, and like thinking about it, like, there's like plenty that I did like in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, Alvis. I think Alvis. I just like Alvis. I just like as a character. Like, he was like one of the more intriguing characters. That's for dang sure. And like, I just think he's neat. I don't really know what else to say, but I just think he's neat. That's for dang sure. Alright. But yeah, I think that's the Xenoblade character correction. Alright. Let's start with the next correction. Since you have described yourself as Bible-pilled, what is one of your favorite Bible stories? As a part 2 of this correction... Oh, this is from Antifreeze. I don't know if I said that. What's your favorite Bible story? Or one of your favorite Bible stories? And as a part 2 of this correction, seeing as VeggieTales has plenty of adaptation of Bible stories, what's your favorite VeggieTales version of a Bible story? Alright, so... Alright. How do I think about this? So... In terms of... Like the favorite Bible story in general, like... Objectively speaking, you can't not like the story of Jesus in any way, shape, or form. Like... He's, like, the guy. Like, you gotta like the guy. And, like, any, like, study or whatever that I've, like, gone through, it's like, man, Jesus, like, definitely was a very neat teacher. And, like, a definitely neat example of, you know, he was, like, God in human form, basically. And he just... Like, he was basically just a good representative of, like, the good that one could do, really. It's really kind of hard to describe off the top of my head, but, like, Jesus was just neat. And, like, just, like, the story that goes through with him. Like, not just, like, the teachings he did, but just, like, as a person, like, when he's, like, interacting with, like, the disciples or, like, other people. And then, like, when he, like, stands firm in his thought and, like, his teachings, especially like going after the Pharisees and other people at the time, like Yeah, like, Jesus is neat. The story of Jesus is more of a Bible arc and a Bible story. I mean, in all realness, like, the story of Jesus, like, the whole time of Jesus was definitely, like, I think just, like, a prominent thing in the Bible as a whole, because, sure, you might think of it as just, like, oh, Jesus was born, then he did stuff, he died, came back to life, went to heaven, and all that jazz. But, like, most of the stuff that Jesus did was, like, alluded to, or prophesied, or whatever you want to call it, in previous things. Like, I mean, some of the prophets alluded to that. Like, Isaiah is probably, like, the biggest example of a prophet talking about what Jesus is going to do. Or, like, certain stories can, like, draw parallels between, you know, them and Jesus. Like, for example, like, probably one of the more famous examples, like, the final plague in like, Moses, whereas the angel of death or whatever going across Egypt killing sons, except for, like, the ones that that killed a lamb and put the blood on the window post so that the angel of death can, like, pass over, you know, them. That's why Jewish tradition, like, has the Passover celebration. But also, like, that's technically what Jesus did later on when it came to being a sacrifice, using blood to protect us from, like, a death, if you will. So, I don't know, it's a very interesting parallel. But if we're ignoring the objectively probably best one, I don't know, like, I guess David, like, just David in general just comes to mind off the top of my head. I really like David and Goliath. Like, David and Goliath is, like, just a neat one of someone just building up the courage to do a thing that other people can't do. I just think that's neat. You know, beating a giant by hitting a bullseye on the forehead, and with a slingshot, and nothing else, really. Like, I just think that's neat. I think that's pretty dandy. And then other than that, anything else? Like, in general, the story of David is a very interesting one. It's a very long one, if you think about it. Like, his time after defeating Goliath and having to run away from Saul and all that, like, that's quite the trip in and of itself. And then when he became king, and then the whole Bathsheba incident, like, yeah, definitely a lot of ups and downs with the story of David, but, like, he was one of the ones that, like, actually, like, humbled himself and be like, oops, I might have done a goof. And I would like to not do a goof again. So, I think he did that pretty well. So, he's definitely one of the better examples of a king back in, like, Israel all those years ago. And then, other than that, not really anything I can think of off the top of my head. Like, I like a lot of Bible stories. It's just kind of hard to, like, pick an absolute favorite. Like, off the top of my head. But yeah, as for VeggieTales' adaptation of a Bible story, oh boy. Because VeggieTales definitely does different ways to adapt a Bible story. They either do it more or less at face value by, like, just telling the Bible story just with, like, a little bit of humor in here or there, or they, like, completely change, like, the aesthetic of, like, the story. Like, but it's, like, it's still technically the Bible story. Like, they do this a lot. Like, they kind of go back and forth depending on what they're feeling like, I guess. But also, man, this is a very hard question. It really doesn't help that I haven't watched a lot of VeggieTales episodes in recent years, so it's kind of hard to think. What's a favorite? Like, let me, like, throw out some favorites that I could probably think of. Like, just say what fits me. Flibberaloo, which is basically the Good Samaritan, is the one where, like, it's peoples with shoes on their heads and pots on their heads all going after each other, and then Larry is just having a good time and then gets robbed and gets dumped in a hole, and then the people of his hometown were too busy to help, but then the kid from like the other town came and helped instead. Like that's just a good Samaritan. If none of you picked up on that, if you ever watched that like however long ago. But yeah, other than that, what else is there? Rock Shack and Benny's a good one. That's based on Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace, but with chocolate bunnies. Unfortunately, BRB, I gotta eat. All right, Auntie, you eat. Go eat. You can skim the VOD later. But yeah, that's a good one. And then, can't think of another one off the top of my head. Not off the top of my head now. There probably is one. I'm just not thinking of it. Again, it's kind of hard to like think about stuff that you haven't watched in a while. And I probably should though. We should watch more VeggieTales. It's great. But yeah, that's that correction. Also, rare footage of me talking about the Bible. Yes. Anyways, a correction I instantly thought of is, what was the first video game you ever played? And this is from Tom. So he's asking, what's the first video game I remember playing? So, I remember, like, I know many years ago, I had the family computer, and, like, we played, like, educational games, you know? So there's, like, stuff like Reader Rabbit, Jumpstart, other random things here and there. So there was a lot of educational games that I remember. At least I remember playing first. Like, I'm sure that's, like, the first stuff I played. In terms of, like, maybe more of a quote-unquote proper video game that's not, like, learning how to read or count or whatever, I think, unironically enough, it might be Lego Racers. You know, the soundtrack we're listening to right now? I want to say it was Lego Racers. Lego Racers just sounds right to me. Like, I remember seeing other people play it before I got to play it myself, but I do remember playing it at a relatively early time. So I want to say I blame that. I want to pinpoint that. If not that, like, the educational games are probably the easy answer. The Jumpstart second grade theme will be forever stuck in my head. I should probably share that one day, but not now. But yeah, and then in terms of other maybe early video game memories, Mario Kart, methinks, like, if I'm thinking correctly, like, I don't remember exactly what was the first console that I played. Off the top of my head, it was like between, probably, it was either between GameCube and DS, and maybe Wii. But like, I do fondly remember, I do feel like whichever ones I played first, I played Mario Kart first. And I think in general, I think every single video game console I have owned, like all the Nintendo ones, I think I have just unironically played Mario Kart first. Like, Mario Kart was the first game I played on a console. So, GameCube, I remember it being Mario Kart. On DS, it was definitely Mario Kart. And on Wii, I remember it being Mario Kart. So, I guess that just... And then, like, when I got my 2DS, I played Mario Kart. And then Switch, my first game, Mario Kart. So... And on Switch 2, what's my first game probably gonna be? Mario Kart. So... Yeah, definitely a lot of Mario Kart around these parts, so yay me. So yeah, like Mario Kart I do, like in terms of like maybe a Nintendo game, like I remember that being my first one. Like just whichever one I can remember off the top of my head. Probably DS. Maybe Wii, but DS is like the easy one, I think, I can remember. So yeah, you can, yeah, I could pick out whichever one of those I would consider And then next one comes from Hedgehog Films. He does have a couple. And one of them is just kind of incidental, but... Well, I guess they're both kind of incidental, so we got some levity here. So, who's your favorite CDI Zelda character? Like, here's the thing. Like, I haven't, like, delved too much into Zelda CDI. So, like, I have, like, no clue or whatever. So, I'm really gonna base this based on, like, probably what my favorite Zelda CDI meme probably is. And I think I'm gonna go with Zelda for the "You killed me good" meme. I think that's, like, the only Zelda CDI game, like, meme that I kinda like. So, I'm gonna go with that. That's what I'm gonna go with. That'll be my answer for that. And then another correction is, which is more of an incidental thing, and it's kind of mainly something that only, like, Hedgehog would get here, but, I'll paraphrase this as best I can. And when are you appearing on, what I'm gonna quote as the Super Chill Cookie Crew, like, channel or whatever, which, for the record, that's just like a channel of, like, a couple people that, Hedgehog and I are acquaintances of. And just to make the easy answer short, I have no idea. Haven't, like, been axed. So, I don't know when that would be. Maybe one day. But who knows? That's just the easy answer I got for that. Alright. So, Antifreeze has more corrections. So, he has, like, several in a row, so Antifreeze, you're gonna get a lot of representation today. So, first correction in this chain of events is, what are your ingredients to a perfect Sonic game for you? I think, first and foremost, I think it just, like, I don't really have, like, a particular preference to how a Sonic game is played, really. I'm like a jack of all trades. I've enjoyed a lot of what Sonic has done. I think for me, probably the easy answer is, what you call it? The easy answer is just make it fun. Like, whatever gameplay you would do, make a Sonic game fun to play. Like, I don't care how mechanically sound it needs to be, or, like, if it needs to evolve, like, all these things. Just make it fun. Make the levels good. Like, I think, if I wanted to be specific, like, maybe give me, like levels with, like, different paths you can go down. Which is very easy. But overall, just make the game, like, just fun to play. Like, if it's conceptually sound in gameplay, but, you know, it plays not great, like, no. Like, you can make the boost formula both good and bad. That's fun, isn't it? So, yeah. Make it fun. That's all I ask. Hey, Hedgehog. You just missed me answering your corrections. You will never know. Unless you just rewatch the VOD. Or skim back a little bit, but, you know. But, yeah. I guess in terms of a TLDR, no, I'll give a TLDR. CDI character, Zelda, but only for, like, the one meme that I like. The "You Killed Me Good" meme. That's really the only criteria I was ranking, because I haven't, like, delved much into Zelda CDI. I just think it's in. And then the other one, I have no idea. Maybe one day, but yeah. Anyway, going back to Auntie here. Auntie asks, What is your least favorite trope of a video game? By that, I mean elements specific to gameplay, not so much storytelling. Least favorite gameplay element in... Like, the least favorite gameplay trope. Least favorite gameplay trope. Like, I'm not really picky. I think. But... Because here's, like, the weird thing. Like, the weird thing is that a bad gameplay trope can have a good iteration. Like, ice physics or water levels, like, they're notoriously known for just being kind of meh. But, like, they could also have, like, the bright spots. So, like, it's kind of hard to call that fair on them. I don't really mind either, personally. But... trying to think. Like, I don't know. Like, that's just weird. I just haven't really had, like, a objectively bad trope that I've seen for gameplay. Yeah, no, I don't know. That's honestly, I have no idea. That's honestly, I don't know. Because, like, any kind of trope that exists, I've just seen the good and bad of all of them, I feel like. So... yeah, I don't know. You got me on that one, Nancy. I think you got me on that one. Now, he has a couple parts to this. Hedgehog, I'm holding off on answering corrections from chat until I get through all the Discord ones. So, hold off on corrections until then. I think there is a pinned message you could read. So, yeah. Just hold off on that a little bit, please. Alright. Anyway. Auntie asks as well, what's your least favorite tropes that apply to all media? Something that just sours you on something instantly. Would it be any surprise to anybody what I would say the over-sexualization of things? Like, would that surprise literally anybody in that regard? Like... I'm probably one of the people, like, where I am at this stage in my life, I just get to a point where it's just like, I kind of do a little bit of an eye roll when it comes to that category of stuff and, like, the over-glamorification of it in, like, certain medias. Like, no offense to, like, anybody that likes that, but, like, you know me. I do raise an eyebrow. Like, and roll my eyes, and just fire my cannon or hammer from up above, or whatever, that is sitting on top of my house. Totally. So, yeah, that's probably like an easy... That's probably, like, the easy answer, because... yeah, sometimes a lot of it just kind of feels very icky, weird, and gross. In whatever way you could think about it, so... yeah, like, not really for me. Like, definitely not a me thing. I also don't like nudity, which I guess just falls into that category. You know. Like, anything explicit or, like, close to that, it's just like, really? You have to do that? Okay. Like, give everybody pants, please and thank you. Or something like that, so, yeah. That's just, I think it's not a surprise to most of you that I would pick that, that's for sure. And then, part 3 to this, like, little saga of corrections. From Auntie. What are the things that are favorite tropes? Basically. Favorite tropes in a video game or, you know, media in general. Well, I mean, fun gameplay, but... Now, I guess a favorite trope? This might be a very oddball one, but I think a favorite trope in, like, stuff in general, maybe. Maybe in, like a orchestrated or orchestral rock style final boss theme. Like, the games that do that kind of stuff, like, I am, like, a big fan. Like, that's just a neat little thing. It's probably, like, some of my favorite pieces of music, like, just orchestral final boss music. Or, like, orchestral rock final boss music. Or, you know, rock final boss music, that's fun. So, that's a fun trope. Keep them coming, please. For gameplay, purposes, Maybe like in a racing game, tricks? Like, tricks in a racing game. Yeah, that's a fun trope. I love tricks in a racing game. Like, Mario Kart, Sonic. I really need to play more racing games. Like, being able to just do tricks and whatnot, that's just neat. Like, just doing other things. Other than, you know, just driving straight and, like, bouncing on hills and whatnot, so... Yeah, I do like that. I do like, that idea. Like, I think it's like, it's just a fun little trope for racing games in particular. And yeah, I think it's neat. But yeah, other random tropes? No. I don't really, like, I think it's just kind of the same because most tropes I can think of can be, like, good or bad. And, like, it's just kind of, I think just in terms of tropes in general for, like, the things, it just kind of balances out for, like, games for me, gameplay-wise, so, yeah, I don't know. I think just in general, like, pointing out orchestral final boss music, or rock, or whatever, and then tricks in racing games, like, I think that's fun. I think that's neat. And then, I think that's all I would say. In terms of movies and other media, I don't know, I don't really have a particular, like, standout. Like, movies are movies, and they're made for specific things, and so... Actually, I will point out one trope in, like, media that I haven't had much experience in, but it is, like, something I do like when I know, like, oh, this thing does that? That's cool. And that's basically the whole, I don't know how you describe it, but I'm just gonna call it the Weeping Angel effect. Weeping Angels are a monster from Doctor Who, for the record, and they, you know, they're just a stone statue when you look at them, but then when you look away or blink, they move. So, that trope, like, you've seen it in other things, like SCP, or, like, probably, like, I think some recent games, like Lethal Company have one, I think. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, like, that trope of, like, a monster or creature only moving when you're not looking. And I guess you could say Boo from, like, Mario applies to this as well. Like, they do move when you're not looking at them, just not as scary. But yeah, like, that trope, I just do like. That's a weird English word, but you know what? I do end up liking it, so, yeah. I do end up, liking all of that, so, Yeah, that's probably my, like, a trope that I do admire. Again, I haven't had much experience in, aside from Doctor Who, but I do like the trope. Alright. There's 2 more for this anti-train of corrections, and then we'll get to other people. And 2 more of antis, but we'll get through that. With you having become Xenoblade pilled, what specifically made you... let me read this better. With you having become Xenoblade pilled, what specifically made it click for you? Like, did you have an aha moment, or was it more of a gradual liking? Message from the past, I'm now playing catch-up. Alright, Auntie. Well, I guess in part, like, a gradual thing. Because you have to have a gradual thing in order to get to the aha moment, I feel like. You know, like, getting used to, like, you know, seeing the characters, and, like, getting used to the gameplay and all that, so that's fun. But I think the main aha moment, I think, for me in Xenoblade is just, I do like the gameplay of, like, battles and, like, the art systems, like, especially in 1. Like, 1 was just, like, once I got, like, all my arts together in a row for characters, and getting to see them do different things and all that, it's just like, oh! Ooh, I like this. Like, I got into a gameplay loop, you know, with that, and it was just neat. And, like, I could do different things, like, depending on the party that I had. And, like, got to see, like, me doing all these options. And it's just like, me like it. And also, like, it's just, honestly, just kind of chill. Like, in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, sure, some battles are like, oh, I have to, like, ooh, make sure this happens and this happens. Oh, this enemy's really strong. But then, like, at the grand scheme of things, it's just pretty chill. Like, just to sit there and just, you know, just to pull off all the arts and do all the cool combos and stuff. And, like, in Xenoblade 2, like, the blade combos. Oh, when you get them going, and they've been getting going lately. Like, oh, man. Man. Brain neuron go burr. With that one. So, I do really like the combat. And, like, exploring, like, it's also, like, a neat time. Like, sure, I've gotten lost several times, especially in 2. But, yeah, like, exploring in general, like, it's neat, like, seeing these vast wards or dungeons, like, it's pretty neat, and all that, so, and also another thing that I think made me vibe with Xenoblade is just the characters, like, I think just the characters, like, in both games so far, like, are just really solid, like, they're, like, the main cast is likable in a way, like, they're just neat. And I think that helped with my liking of Xenoblade in general, so, yeah. I think that's what would make me click, words. Made it click with me. And then, the final anti-correction for now, is, what's one older streaming project or experience that you still fond of and wouldn't mind pointing at people to check out? AKA me plugging my content. So, I thought about this because I did peek at this correction. I peeked at most of these corrections, really, and thought about it a little bit. But yeah, I thought about this a little bit, and I think if I had to make some points for, like, just streaming projects I really liked, I think the first one I really liked, and, like, I would recommend people go back to, is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Like, for me, that was, like, when my first snowball effect of, like, growth on, YouTube started happening. So, I do hold it in that regard, like, as, like, a neat little thing to me. But also, just Kirby the Forgotten Land is just a really good game. Like, that was a really fun game with a lot of fun moments that happened. And yeah, like, I played it around launch, and it's just really dang good. Like, that's just a that was just a fun project, I think, to play. Other projects I really liked Sonic Frontiers. Like, as a project, especially with the Final Horizons update specifically, like, that project was just really neat. Like, doing, like, basically everything, more or less, in the Final Horizons. Like, you saw how, like, long I spent on that. Like, that was, like, double the amount of playtime, or like the exact same amount of playtime I had with like the base game and some extra stuff. So like I was into that, like wanting to like do everything as best I could. Like especially with the cyberspace stages. Like those are some fun cyberspace stages. So yeah, I just really enjoyed like Sonic Frontiers like in general. The Mario Party projects, like Mario Party single player adventures, like those are just fun. Whether that be 1, 2, or 3. Like, I just think all of those were just neat projects. Oh, and also, like, the replay of 2 with Dead, like, that was just a fun project to, like, just have a little bit of a competition to see who would be the best at Mario Party 2 in, like, this time period. So, yeah, that, like, those games are fun. Like, I do like those. In general speaking, like, me thinking about this, honestly, 2024 just had a lot of projects that I really enjoyed in one way or another. Like, things I can point out that I'm looking at right here are, like, New Super Lucky's Tale, which is just a fun platformer. Resident Evil 4, like, that replay was, like, surprisingly, like, really fun. Like, holy cow, I really, like, love that project. Ocarina of Time with Antifreeze, like, that was just fun. It's like to play through a Zelda game with a friend and just having all the funny shenanigans. Mario Sunshine with Dead, like me, especially myself, like playing that for the first time, like Mario Sunshine was just heck. that was quite the game to say the absolute least, that's for sure. And then Xenoblade Chronicles, like, yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles was definitely, like, a fun project to do, especially when I, like, got to the point of, like, alright, I could do this weekly, why not? Luigi's Mansion 3 was a really chill experience, I think, for me. And Sonic X Shadow Generations, like, all those games in 2024, like, I think are, like, some of, like, my favorite projects I have done. Like, there's, like, other ones I did like, in some way, shape, or form, like Link's Awakening, or Crash Bandicoot 2 and whatnot. But, like, those that I named, I think are just ones that I just really hecking enjoyed in general. So, like, I recommend any of those to people who want to see me. But if you want to see me, like, I mean, I wouldn't be hurt if you saw, like, my pre-Kirby stuff. You want to know how I evolved, you know? But, like, if I had to recommend one as, like, the earliest one you should watch first, Kirby in the Forgotten Land. That'd be my vote on that. Alright, now we go on to other people. We get to Neri again. What is your favorite Sonic Wisp? And by extension, who's your favorite character from the cast? Favorite Sonic Wisp. In terms of, like, using a wisp as an actual wisp, which I have only had with Sonic Colors, I have not played Lost Ward, my vote is going to be... like, in the back of my mind, I think it's either going to be Burst, or... thinking about this hard. Drill. I think either Burst or Drill would be, like, my favorite Wisp when you're using them, like, you know, as, like, the normal Wisp gameplay. Like, either of those, I think, would be my favorite. I have not played Lost Ward, so I haven't played with those Wisp in their respective way. So, yeah. I should really get around the Colors DS. As my first Sonic game, you should. It's a very good one. Now we have Sonic Forces to contend with when it comes to, you know, like, Wisp stuff and, like, Wispon. would it be a shocking on to say Asteroid to any of you? Like, Asteroid being my favorite Wispon in voices. Like, it doesn't have like the most amazing like ability with like, you know, the hovering thing, but I like a gun. I like Cosmic Gun with like the little clone things or whatever you want to call them. Like where you like my like Husk lore here. Like my modern interpretation of the Asteroid Wispon is basically like in headcanon, an Asteroid Wispon lended me is Hyper Gohan energy, and I used that Hyper Gohan energy and made a reusable energy source. So like I could like reuse it, renew it, all that fun jazz. And I just made basically a wisp-free Wispon. So yeah, there you go. Asteroid just fits for you, and now you have to get a pet named Asteroid Destroyer. Lol. But yeah, so basically a combination of Burst and Drill, and then the Asteroid Wispon. Also, shoutouts to the Drill Wispon, like, just punching is kinda neat. Alright, so, Anti again. Here we go. Sonic games, while the fandom has divisive opinions, generally people agree the music is fantastic, but has there ever been music where you were the outlier in the enjoyment of it? You go, a bit overrated? Overrated Sonic music. Just let me think back a little bit into my Sonic Spotify playlist and thinking of music. Okay. Do I want to go with that answer? Maybe? Yeah, I'll try it. Okay, so it's not really much a like, oh, this is super duper overrated. It's basically kind of like a it's a little overrated, just a little bit overrated. Not much, just a little overrated. But Sonic Adventure 2? Maybe? Like, Sonic Adventure 2 has good songs. Like, it has, like, City Escape and, like, Live and Learn. And it has, like, other neat, like, songs in there. But, like, Sonic Adventure 2 is not really my first pick when it comes to listening to a Sonic soundtrack. And neither is really Sonic Adventure. But, like, I think I like more, maybe, like, a few more Sonic Adventure pieces rather than Sonic Adventure 2. Like, I think, if anything, like, I will say, like, the stuff I definitely just do like in Sonic Adventure 2, in terms of music, is the shadow levels, mainly, like Gravel Highway, like, all of them, like, all the shadow levels, I really like the music, like, 100%, but, the other ones are, like, you know, you got a good song here, you got a good song there, like, they're all, like, good songs, but, like, most of them don't really stick out in my mind as, like, oh, this is a classic tune, you know? Like, all of the Tails and Eggman levels, those are, like, the particular ones I'm looking to, because they're, like, they're fine pieces of music, but, like, they just don't stick as well as some other ones, so, yeah, that might, like, thinking about it, I think maybe Sonic Adventure 2 might be a bit overrated as a soundtrack. Like, and, like, with all the other ones, like, I guess there's some overratedness to some soundtracks more than others, but, like, I don't know. Sonic Adventure 2 was just one that just randomly came to mind, and thinking about it, yeah, I'm right. I think Sonic Adventure 2 soundtrack might be just a touch overrated. So, yeah, there you go. There's your hot take for today. And then Anti again. If you could instantly level up art skills and have any art style you want, what style? Or what elements would you wish to have in your style? Alright, so this is talking about, like, art. I am now understanding. Any art style that I would want? I mean, pixel art style would be neat to have for me. Like, if I were a good pixel artist, that would be what I would go with. Like, I would like to see, like, a pixel version of me. Like, that would be just kind of swell. But in terms of, like, other art styles... Maybe, like... I mean, like, I think in general, like, it would be neat to either go for, like, a pixel art style, or maybe as well a 3D art style. Like, seeing me in 3D would be kind of interesting, but maybe, like, be a more cartoon, like, maybe be, like, a cel-shaded 3D model, maybe at the bare minimum, or a, what you call it, a, polygon kind of model. Maybe not, like, super polygonal, like, I think, Auntie, you've said this before, like, DS kind of polygonal. So something maybe along those lines, just to be a little different in terms of being a 3D model. I think that'd be neat. But yeah, like, I don't know, like, I just like my little chibi animal little style that I already, like, go with. So, like, maybe one day I'll commit to being more furry, but until then, I like the side mouth here. It's great. I used to dabble in pixel art a little. Wasn't anything special, but it was fun for the time I did. Nice. But yeah, the rest of the question was, what elements would you wish to have in your style? I think for me, I want to, like, work on I still want to figure out, you know, dragons and reptiles in my art style. Like, I think in general, like, I'm still trying to, like, work out like, iron it all out with, all of that, like, the dang jaw, like, it's, like, the dang, like, mouth, like, it's weird. I'm happy with what I did with, like, Neri's, like, a while back, so maybe I'll lean a little bit more towards that, but also maybe try to, like, blend something in. I don't know. Like, if anything like that, like, reptiles, like, in my style, or, like, just, like, whatever I call my style, like, Moby and Jibby, whatever, like, that would be one I would want. And then, like, if you're talking about, like, other things that I would like to see in my style, just... All the furry friends. There you go. Alright, next correction on the table. From Sabus, actually, who, like, we got a couple corrections in the middle of the stream. Yeah, you did really well on it. Easy. So, Sabus, Wolf J, asks, here we go. A couple corrections. If someone offers you to replay the blooper level from Mario Sunshine and do it without dying for $1 million, would you take it? I'm sorry I had to do it. I mean... it'd be like a one-shot kind of thing. You know, like, just play the level once, and if you do it, cool. You win $1 million. And if you don't do it, well, you don't have $1 million. I mean, honestly, I would just do it, just to see if I could do it. But thanks, Sabus, I will get you later. And then... let's see, his actual correction, quote-unquote, was, what is the biggest goal you want to achieve as a streamer? Huh, okay, I think one of my goals... like, I think my goal in general would just to be, you know, grow the channels, grow the community, grow, like, the amount of people, like, that I know in some way, shape, or form. Like, get to have all the connections, and all of that. So, like, that'd be, like, one goal, like, that I always, like, strive to do. What's worse, though, the 8 red coins with the blooper or the Waterman Festival? Ironically and unironically enough, the blooper level. Like, I did not really have that much trouble with the Watermelon Festival. I died more to the blooper level than I did the Watermelon Festival. Like, yeah. But yeah, in terms of other things, like a goal I want to see in the future, like, would it be neat to like get like Twitch partner? Definitely. I think my closest goal I want to try to get to is get to 1,000 YouTube subs. I think that's like the easy goal I would like to get to. But it'd be nice to like YouTube, the Twitch partner would be neat. Like, it's probably gonna be a dang while unless I get like a big snowball going. But like, that's something I like strive to like maybe want to achieve one day. I think that'd be neat. I'm not gonna like push for it right now. Like, that would take a lot of heckin' commitment and help. But hey, maybe one day. And also, I guess in just one other thing, that's just a me thing personally. Like, I want to be able to like as long as I am in the furry fandom, like when it comes to streams and whatnot, I want to be able to like provide, like maybe just continue to provide like a different kind of vibe for like people who are like dabbling into the furry community to be in. Because being truthful here, like the furry community definitely has a lot of like stereotypes and stuff like that. Most of it sus, admittedly. And I think for me, like, I think part of the reason why maybe some people, like, maybe have a bit of, like, a weird thing with the furry fandom is maybe because of stuff like that. I'm not saying that's 100% true, but, like, that's just how I feel with my observation. So, honestly, I just want to provide, like, just a different kind of space. There are people that provide a different space than, like, the furry norm. But, like, I want to be able to, like, throw my hand into that ring. Really, just be a silly little husky on the internet, playing silly little games, and just having a nice, chill environment. With a little bit of chaos, a little bit of gremlin-y, but, like, nothing more beyond that. I think that's just something I just want to strive to continue to do, personally. So, yeah, I think that'd be like that's just a goal that I always try to like present. I'm caught up now, yippee, yippee. And also, like, speaking of like more, I guess, cleaner like furry content creators. I mean, I do follow one, like, who is a Twitch partner as well. And like they do great like family friendly / PG-13 like content. So like, hey, if they can do it, I can do it too. So that's definitely like a good strive to be like. Just me. Of course, I call myself more PG-13 than family friendly because, well, I'm playing Xenoblade, so there you go. It's kind of hard to be like family friendly, like with the content you're playing, but with the chat, more or less. But yeah. Anyway, moving on to our last couple of Discord corrections from Pika Koopa or Jesse. Which single-player game would you like to see become multiplayer through the power of modding? Or an update? A single-player game that could be multiplayer. Good correction. That's a really good correction. What single-player games have I played that would be fun in a multiplayer component? Let me scroll over my Switch list for a brief moment as I take a peek. You know, that would be a neat idea. I haven't played it yet, but, Spyro? I don't think that has a multiplayer mod in any way, shape, or form. So, like, being able to, like, just run around as small little dergs and, like, the big levels from, like, the original trilogy. I don't know, that could be kinda neat. Like, it'd be, like, the same thing, like, you know, Mario 64 multiplayer mods have, so... I mean, that wouldn't hurt. And then last correction for the Discord, and then after this I'm gonna take a brief break, but... Last Discord correction. What inspired you to get into streaming? What inspired me to get into streaming? I think it was a factor of a couple of things. One, like I've, you know, been doing content on, you know, YouTube for a while. And two, just like seeing like other people, like, you know, like watching streamers, I think was a big one. Like seeing like all these like different streamers, like maybe not a whole lot of streamers, but like a small handful, like doing streams, I just thought was pretty neat. And so, like, I was like, hey, I want to do that too. And also, this was around like 2020, 2021, so like, it wouldn't hurt to do a stream during that time, I think. And then when it came to me existing, me as Husk existing, like I saw like, you know, VTubers, you know, kind of blowing up, and then like seeing PNG tubers becoming like a thing. And so in the background was like, that would be a neat thing to do. What character could I be? And I thought of me. So there you go. Me, Husk, over here. So that's just kind of how it ended up working. There's no such thing as a network error Twitch on the thingy. But yeah. So yeah, just like seeing people and then just being like, I want to do that too. Let's do that. So yeah. I think that'd be a good little quirk. But yeah, I think with that, that's all the Discord corrections. I'm gonna take a quick BRB. So I'll be right back in a bit. I need to use the restroom. So I'll be right back in a bit. Don't go anywhere, and I'll see y'all in a second. Boop. If I can boop correctly. There you go. I am back. I am now going to delete these pinned messages because I am not answering Discord corrections. Hooray! So, we are now at the point where if you have corrections, you can now ask them in chat. And I will answer for as long as possible. So yeet. If y'all have anything to yap about, do so now. I will be here. I probably should, like, do other things. Oh, hey! You know, here's a topic I could talk about while here. More Nintendo games for the Game Boy Switch Online. What we got? We got, let me see, what are the thingies that we're getting? Survival Kids. Wow, what a game that I've never heard of. Gradius, the Interstellar Assault. Kirby Star Stacker, that's fun. And then the Sword of Hope. Lovely. Alright, so corrections. Alright, starting with Neri. Meant to ask this one during the week, but forgot. Which class would Husk be in a Fire Emblem game? Either, like, an archer, a mage, or, like, a combination of like, both. Like, some sort of, some sort of, like, projectile kind of class. Like, archer would be, like, an easy one. You know, you just shoot a bow. That'd be fun. And then, like, a mage, like, that's, like, my gun normally, like, has magical powers, so, like, that'd be easy to do, so, I think maybe more archer would probably make sense for me, but, either or I'll take. Maybe I could, like, instead of, like, a book, use a magic gun, I don't know. Will you get a PlayStation? No. And, you know, I will explain my reasoning on why I would not get anything like a PlayStation 5. Because I'm, like, it's mainly because I don't really care for Sony's current first-party lineup nowadays. Like, here's my thinking when it comes to PlayStation. The further the generations have gone, the less I've cared about the IPs that mainly support that system. Like, PlayStation 1 and 2, like, you had, like, Spyro, you had Crash, you had, like, Ape Escape, you had, like, Ratchet and Clank, you had, like, Sly Cooper, Jak and Daxter, and, like, all of these other ones. Like, you had all of this variety here. And some of that variety started to get a little bit lost with the PlayStation 3, but, like, you know, some of that was still there. But you got, like, Uncharted. That's neat. And then, like, some, like, Little Big Planet was pretty big, and then, like, all that jazz. But then, like, you just start going down the timeline of IPs of PlayStation, and it just kind of goes, I really don't care, like, the games that you are putting out for your current console. And, like, objectively speaking, in this generation, like, Sony has not put out a whole lot of, like, first-party games, really. And if they have, some of them haven't been, like, as critically acclaimed, or, you know, are dead. High Concord. But yeah, like, I don't know, like, PlayStation is, I don't know, like, I feel like something about PlayStation just needs to change. Because I feel like PlayStation's kind of stuck in a rut, you know? They've been stuck in, like, this weird rut of, like, oh, linear story-based games. And it just kind of, I don't know, like, I'm sure they're fine. Like, I'm sure they're decent, but, like, they just haven't appealed to me in that regard. Sony keeps having prestige games that are super pricey, climatic things, but they do like true variety. Yeah, and like they have like for the time, in my opinion, they had like variety like in the early days, but then they just kind of lost that variety a little bit as time went on. So yeah, like Astrobot's a neat game that has come out in recent times, and I would love to play Astrobot. But am I really gonna get a PlayStation 5 just to play Astrobot, and then maybe a handful of like third-party games, most of which I could play either on the Switch or the Switch 2? No. Yeah, they're not bad, but they have a lot of squandered IPs. Yeah. Like, I would argue that at this point, they're as bad as Nintendo for just having dead IPs just sitting around. Like, we pick on Nintendo for having, like, you know, Star Fox not really doing much, or, like, Kid Icarus, or all of these other things. But I feel like Sony lately has been following in that trend, and I think even more severely, because they haven't had enough of, like, any other IP they are currently using to, like, support it. So, like, I don't know. It makes PlayStation less appealing to me, not having all of this stuff, you know? It seems like they could have had that, like, at the beginning of the generation, but, like, they just ended up not, in my opinion. PlayStation needs to fire Neo Truckman from Naughty Dog. I'm sure that means something to you. But yeah, no, so PlayStation, yeah. I don't know. And like, the same goes for Xbox, probably even a more extreme degree, because Xbox doesn't really have a lot of compelling IPs, and most of them are on Switch now, so like, in a way, like, Xbox helped made like Cuphead, and then what? Cuphead's on Switch now, so yeah. But yeah, any other corrections? Any other corrections that you have simmering in your heart that you were dying to ask me? Totally. Yeah. Need some water just to take a breather. Man, what can one yap about in the meantime? Hi? Hi, yes, hello, that is the answer. Trying to think if I could, like, maybe, like, do a correction, myself. Like, we need, like, a bit of an icebreaker, maybe. So, I'm actually thinking about it. I don't think I even answered one correction from Neri. I think I forgot to answer a correction. Yeah, I forgot about a correction from Neri about Sonic favorite character from Sonic. Oops, I was worked up with my list, but I forgot about that. So, going back a little bit, y'all can still ask a correction if you so wish. But going back a little bit, Neri also did ask, who's your favorite Sonic character from the cast? Really making me choose, huh? So, you got like all the obvious ones. You got like Sonic, that's my favorite. Like, that's a favorite. You got Shadow, that's a good character. I also really like Jet the Hawk. Like, Jet the Hawk's a personal favorite of mine. I do like Jet the Hawk is really neat. I think he's just neat. And then other characters, ironic, like in a unironic, ironic sense, Infinite. Like he's not a great character, but I like him. Infinite's just neat. And then Blaze the cat's a good character. I think just in general, like her character is just really solid overall. Hasn't really had a bad characterization for her. Yeah, I think I just like a lot of characters from Sonic. I think that's just the easy answer. If the legendary Wind Rider, yep. If I get a Switch 2, what game should I get? Well, it's pretty hard to recommend right now because like none of the games are out yet. I mean, I know Mario Kart's like the easy one to offer, but like, you know, you really want to spend 80 American dollars? That's really up to you. Unless you somehow get the bundle. But like, if anything, just kind of get what you are like into. Like, there's like gonna be plenty of games coming out at launch for the Switch 2, and like there's gonna be plenty of games coming out after the fact. So like, just kind of go with your gut, basically. Kind of go with your gut. What you feeling? What games you just like in general? A lot of them do be pretty likable. Yeah, definitely. Like, honestly, here's a follow-up question. Like, what's my least favorite Sonic character? Like, who's my least favorite Sonic character of, like, all of, like, the cast? And whatnot. If I had to think about this, in the grand scheme of things, of all the, like, game characters anyway, I am gonna... Like, I think this is just gonna be a throw a dart at a board and see who gets hit. So... Charlotte? From Sonic and the Secret Rings? Like, she's not bad, but like... She's just kinda at the end of the day. Like, I think the whole thing about, like, her having a relationship in some way with Eraser Jin, like, it's really the only thing she has going for her. Other than that, like, she's fine. And really nothing more than that. Charmy for me, not a fan. I see why people don't like Charmy. Like, Charmy's not, like, one of the best characters in the world. But not, like, the worst one. Like, I think there's a slight charm with, you know, pardon the pun. A slight charm with, you know, Charmy. Just a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. In Canada, 1600? Ooh, that's a nice one. Alright. But yeah. So yeah. I guess Charlotte would probably be my least favorite Sonic character. What else? Any other thoughts, feelings, corrections? I probably pronounced that wrong. I don't know how much longer I'll go on. I think I might just go on for like a little bit longer. Like, I was thinking like maybe doing like another thing tonight. Potentially, but like at this point it's just like I did stream quite a lot of hours the past couple of days. I think chilling tonight would probably be a good idea. So I'll get like 15 minutes max worth of corrections if anybody has them. But yeah. Totally didn't forget about the Q&A. Hey, Tom, you got a correction? You want to ask a correction? I answered your correction earlier. TLDR. like educational games on PC, or Lego Racers, or like one of 3 different Mario Karts. There you go. It kind of like lumps together depending on how you want to qualify as a first game, so yeah. There's your TLDR. Wait, you got another correction, Tom? I'm taking corrections for like the next probably 15 minutes. And anybody else in chat that would like to be asked a correction. I am checking my emails to see what's new. Not a lot. Okay. A boring correction I didn't ask is, what's your favorite color? But it's obviously is bright pink. Yeah, totally. My favorite color is blue, but if you want a secondary color, that's also kind of obvious. It's orange. Blue and orange are my 2 favorite colors. They just go great together, you know? What was the answer to your favorite Sonic character? I picked multiple. Like, it was like a selection of like Sonic, Shadow, like Chet is probably like the stick out one, and then Blaze. Like, I just like a lot of the cast. That was basically it. I picked my least favorite Sonic character, Sharla, from Secret Rings. So there you go. I get the sense I'm gonna be in trouble because, Tom likes Tails. So... I do like Tails, for the record. He's a good character. As long as you don't hate Tails, that's fine. Tom is rapidly approaching your location. I like how, like... I like to think that's like, oh, it's fine that you don't hate Tails. That's fine. But you don't love him either. Give it to me. Get over here. Lol. Don't reveal my master plan. Lol. Just scrolling through the... Oh, boy, you can't hear the Switch audio anyway. Oops. Yeah. Any other corrections? Any thoughts, feelings, opinions you would like to hear of me? Did you pick a favorite video game soundtrack? I did not. That is a correction that has not been asked, but there you go. Pick a favorite video game soundtrack. Favorite video game soundtracks. Let's go through the list of like just video game soundtracks from like different kind of games off the top of my head. Well, Mario Kart 8's a very good soundtrack. I saw the Mario Galaxies. I think probably the Mario Galaxies kind of went out in the Mario regard, so I'll probably pick those. Sonic? For a Sonic soundtrack? I am gonna maybe pick a bit of an odd one to some people. As like a favorite. It's probably not like objectively the best one or like the one I go back to listen to the most. But I just love the vibes of Sonic Rider Zero Gravity's soundtrack. That soundtrack is just, oh, that's a really good soundtrack. Like it just has all of these kind of like tunes. It gives off a very epic vibe, if you will. And that's like one of the reasons why I like Zero Gravity. Like the vibes, like the presentation, like the aesthetic, like the experience of just playing it, like it's so good. And the soundtrack just helps so much of that when like racing and then like other things. Sonic Rider Zero Gravity is just so good. Oh, we got a comedian over here. Well, so yeah, I'll pick Zero Gravity. Like that's probably my favorite Sonic soundtrack. I'll do that. And then other soundtracks that I like off the top of my head. Let's say Xenoblade 1. I should listen to more of Xenoblade 1 music though. Man, you really need to listen to more music, me. Yeah, I think part of my problem when picking other soundtracks is that most of the time I listen to select songs and soundtracks on my own time and not like an entirety of an album. I do that with like regular music too, just pick select songs and just go from there. But yeah, like it's yeah, kind of hard to pick other people. But you know, I will pick another soundtrack. The one you're listening to right now. This is shocking all that I love the Lego Racers soundtrack. Oh, I also love the Danganronpa soundtracks. That's another one. I do love the Danganronpa soundtracks. I have listened to those on my own time too. So, yeah. So, any combination of like, you know, the Marios, the like Galaxies, the Zero Gravity, Sonic, the Xenoblades, and the Danganronpas and Lego Racers. So, like, just any combination of those four I would pick as my favorite soundtracks. Hello, Gamers Up. I'm sorry, his voice is grating. Poor Tom. A correction my brain only just conjured. If you weren't a husky/dog, what other animal would you have chosen? Well, let me think. It's kind of hard to pick because I was creating Sonic Forces and there was only like 7 options. So like, in hindsight, like, I don't know what other species I would have picked. I just went with dog. Like, maybe the bird. Maybe that would have been my second choice. That was, like, the second Forces avatar that I made, like, after the fact. But, like, in the current fact of, you know, nowadays, like, me being more pure, you know, maybe a reptile of some sort. I hesitate to say dragon because that's done a lot. But like just being a reptile in general, if I weren't a dog, that would be kind of neat. I do like reptile. That's probably like my favorite, like in general, probably like my favorite like animal type. I think out of all the animal types. So yeah, like if you ask me like what would be my pick now if I weren't a dog, probably a dragon or reptile, like somewhere in a reptile. Dragon has done a lot. Wow, way to call me out. Half your friends, including me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, to be fair, I did make my first dragon. No, not my first dragon. My first D&D character was a lizard folk. So like, I have an appreciation for, you know, reptilian people. So yeah. So yeah. But yeah, I would be a reptile. Of some sort. I just think they're neat. And what would be like if thinking about it, could be a crocodile. That'd be kind of fun. Being a crocodile, that'd be different. I would hate to do like the snout, but like that'd be fun. But yeah. Trust me, I hold back my voice when I'm on VC. I have a strong accent, especially when I speak Welsh. It gets really annoying. You're not that annoying, Tom. You're funny. Yeah, stay like goose. Alright. I'll take a couple more corrections for the next few minutes. But we love Nia and Xenoblade. We love the Welsh. We do. Just don't let her call you something that seems to mean something else entirely. Oops. Rando never found your voice annoying. See, Tom? There you go. Does she ever actually speak Welsh now? Mr. Why are you blushing? Gosh. But yeah. Real talk though, I do appreciate like all the corrections that I got. Like from the Discord and from here tonight. It definitely means a lot to have like people actually ask corrections. That's great. And I definitely seem like this definitely should be a thing that should be done again in the future. Probably like maybe like way later on down the line do another Q&A, but hey. Tonight being the first Q&A ain't half bad. That's for sure. But yeah. Any other corrections? I gotta drink some tea. I haven't drank much of this tea tonight. Nice. Think of something, Dugga-doo. Lol. Dugga-doo, Dugga-doo. Dugga-dugga-dugga-doo. Ah, gosh. We love the Dugga-doo. I'll give it, like, a little bit more time. Dugga-doo-kazoo. Yeah, the Dugga-doo-kazoo. That's just a silly song. I'll do a little bit. Why not? Aw. Alright, that's all you're getting though. Lol. Alright. He did it yesterday, that's why I bring it up. Lol. You're welcome, Tom. That's the last freebie you're getting for Dugadoo of Kazoo. But yeah. I think of that, if no one else has anything else to add, to ask, to do whatever, I think we'll start winding down, and all that fun jazz. So, yeah. I am fine with whatever. I'm gonna unhide this, that way I don't forget to, you know, unhide it later. So yeah, you can see my Switch home screen now. One more quick correction? Tell me. Well, I'll accept one more quick correction. Oh, I realized I still have my music muted. Oops. Favorite Mario Kart track? Think fast. Favorite Mario Kart track? Off the top of my head, I'm gonna pick a favorite, Neo Bowser City. So, there you go. Just off the top of my head. Maybe it's not gonna be accurate. You know, speaking of Mario Kart tracks, that is gonna be our topic of discussion for next week. Like, I'll go ahead and say the schedule. Saturday is gonna be art. We're gonna be doing an art stream on Saturday. Monday will be more a Hat in Time Death Wish. Wednesday will be more Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And next Thursday, we will be ranking all of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tracks. So that's gonna be fun. That's what I'm planning on doing. So yeah, we're gonna sit together and you're gonna watch me rank all of them. I'll hopefully won't take too long to do that. But yeah, we will do that next week. So look forward to that. In the meantime though, watch all the other streams, watch any videos coming out, and join the Discord. You have to be 18, preferably known me for a little bit. That is all I ask. It's the best place to be notified when I go live, and just to chill with like-minded folk related to me. So yeah. I definitely thank all of you for coming out to the Q&A. Again, definitely means a lot to get corrections answered and all that fun jazz. We will hopefully do another one of these sometime in the future. Maybe like in the more distant future. Maybe get a bit more activity and things, but yeah. We will do all of that. And again, this was fun. This was neat. I think for the time being, I think for when I plan the next Q&A, like I'm gonna archive the Q&A channel. I won't like delete it. Yeah, whenever I do a Q&A again, I'll put the Q&A thingy back on. That way y'all can, hopefully y'all can read all the previous ones from like ever so long ago. So yeah, we shall do that then. But yeah, I thank you all for watching. Let's go find a raid Tarjay to pick all of y'all on for the evening. It's always important to have a Queen and Alaska stream. Never change, friend. Never hecking change. Out of all of y'all that I could possibly raid, let's just go the easy route. Let's raid Dead. He is streaming Mariomon, and he's claiming it's gonna be the finale of Mariomon. So let's hope it's the finale of Mariomon and whatnot. So Do Husk raid with whatever emotes you so wish. Easy route more like the correct route. Listen, Thursdays are weird, and you never know who's live or not. You may not even know if Dead's live, so there you go. But yeah, anyway. Let's go send the love to Dead. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all in the very near future with stuff. But until then, until the next video or stream, whenever the heck that may be. Good night, everybody. Have a hecking fantastic evening. Arrgh! Bye, everybody. I realized I did not stop the recording. Whoops. Bye.